What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reviewing Amazon motorcycle products. The question is, are they any good? Do they hold up to actual motorcycle use? Or are they just a cheap, poorly made product that's an imitation of something that's actually much better? And are they even safe? So, first up, I have two backpacks. So many of you know, if you've watched this channel at all, that I'm very cheap. I buy used motorcycles that are inexpensive. I use gear that is a good deal for what it is. I don't own every premium brand. I don't own every top-of-the-line motorcycle, right? But I buy quality things, and I try to use them well and make good use of them. So, today we are going to review two motorcycle backpacks. We're going to review Amazon shoes, an Amazon jacket, and Amazon gloves. So are any of these good? First up, we're going to talk about these two backpacks. So these are WRTZ brand, and in full disclosure, the owner gave me both of these to use and give him feedback on to tell him if these are any good. So I can say whatever I want, but he did give me these for free to try and to use. So the first one, it's this one with the orange zippers. It has a nice big interior storage area. It's got a little zipper, like a computer bag. The zippers, when you zip them up, have this kind of waterproof ness to them, right, where they're this external zipper. You got some high vis marks here, and then you've got this clip here, which is nice because you could clip your helmet through it. You could clip accessories to it. You could roll something up and clip it in there if you're just getting off your bike and don't want to leave it there. And then you've got a front mount clip across your chest right here, and then you've got a second clip here to go around your waist. So that's nice, and this is removable, easy. Little Velcro strips here, and you can remove the bottom one if you don't want it and just run the top. So that's the first backpack. When I'm going on rides where it might rain, I typically wrap my things that matter, like clothing, in a plastic bag, but it's nice to have the extra layer of water protection, at least to give your stuff a shot at being dry when you get back. The next backpack is this one. I'm not sure if it's still going to be up by the time this video is, but this is the second backpack. This one has a lot more small storage, where you've got one storage pocket here on the side, another storage pocket here on the side, that kind of like, you know, mishmash across each other, but aren't one giant shared. You've got these, which are just accessories you can tie anything to. You've got lots of clips here, and this backpack has a cool party trick, where when you unzip this flap, you get out this flap, and then you can clip them onto it like so, and put a helmet or put something here, and you've still got high visibility strips if you're going to be riding with it. This backpack is nice. Both of them are nice because when I go to pick up my girlfriend, I usually have to take her a helmet, and so it's nice to be able to ride with a helmet pretty easily, rather than having to like bungee cord it onto the back of this bike in a weird way. And then you got accessory pouches to open here, laptop cover, right? None of these come with armor in them, and this one does have the chest kind of strap across it. So I think personally, I used to ride for a long time with a standard backpack without a chest strap across it, and when I would ride, the wind would catch these arms and move them down lower on my arm, and so it's very dangerous. So now I will not ride with a backpack that does not have this cross chest strap. So this is the second backpack. Now the second backpack is good, lots of compartments, things like that, but just to demonstrate how massive of a compartment this first backpack has, we're just going to put everything into it that we review. So in goes our first backpack we reviewed, and this first backpack is nice because I oftentimes ride without luggage like most people, but I might want to buy something at the store, and so the massive amount of space I have in there is just super nice. Riding gloves. We're not going to review these because these are name brand and didn't come from Amazon, but we're just going to shove them in there just for good measure, that we have plenty of things in this backpack. Accessory toolkit, flat tire kit, never ride without it. Put that in there for good measure. Alright, now the Iron JS. Don't know how to pronounce this name. If you cover this, you'll notice that it actually glows in the dark, which is interesting. Like whenever I have my closet door closed and I see these, I always see this strip reflecting. You got this this strip glowing in the dark, and then this strip reflecting. So you do have some nice high visibility on these. These came from Amazon. You do have some amount of protection right here. You can feel some kind of like puck. It's not rigidly hard. It's harder than the rest of the material and is some extra reinforcement, but it's not like it's a hard plastic puck, which is nice because it doesn't dig against the joint of your foot and wear you out on a long ride. You do have a decently thicker sole than maybe like Vans would be, but you can still crush it and manipulate it quite a bit, so you can see the bulge there. So it's not going to offer a ton of protection. If you're on a Goldwing and want a shoe that's going to protect your foot in a crash, this is really minimal. But it does have some extra support around the back. It does have this kind of flap to help with rain, make them a little bit waterproof. You lace it up, you zip up the side. Pretty standard. You have a little bit of reinforcement at the toe, but honestly it's not very much. It's just enough that it's acceptable, because to me personally, Vans don't have enough support there at the toe, and every time I shift, I feel like I'm and it hits me like right at the perfect spot between my toenail and toe, and it's just a little uncomfortable. So having this little extra layer here is nice. You know, they're not steel toes, but they're like a little bit reinforced. They've got some kind of like extra layer there that make the toes a little bit more rigid, so it'll protect you against rocks, things like that. It might protect you in like a fairly low speed slide, but you know, being a motorcyclist is part of straggling real life living with actually enjoying riding, and for me these do a great job where I can ride with them and be comfortable and feel a little bit protected and a little safe, but I can also live my life and go on a walk with my girlfriend when I get to her house, or do whatever I need to do, right? I can live my life in these shoes, and for that reason I say these are pretty good. I tried on several different pairs from Amazon and sent the rest of them back. As far as the Vans kind of look of a high top, these were the winners in my opinion. They don't offer nearly the protection of my Fox off-road dirt bike boots. They don't offer the protection quite of my TCX waterproof sort of everyday boots, and they don't offer the protection of my Sedici you know, racetrack kind of riding full boots. But for everyday use, these are exceptional and very good, and they work very well when I'm not riding super hard, not doing anything dangerous, and I need something that is a more all-around shoe. So we'll go ahead, shove these down in our backpack. You'll notice I forgot my flip-flops, so I didn't actually bring any other shoes, but we'll put those in there for now. Next piece of kit, generic riding gloves. So I went for, you know, the no-name of the no-name, generic riding gloves, size large. They fit my hand very well. They have these nice little kind of like stretch things here. The touchscreen does work decently. The Velcro is okay. It doesn't hold amazingly well, but compared to my Alpine Stars and some other gloves that are name brand, the Velcro is very comparable actually. So they're very comfortable. Honestly, they feel a lot like a dirt bike glove with how thin they are on the palm, but then they've got this hard plastic here. They give you a really nice feel on it, and overall I would say these are pretty good. And so I don't know the name brand of these. These are just generic Amazon gloves. I got these about 5 years ago. These are my daily gloves for the longest time, and I still keep them on some of my bikes, and I sometimes ride with them when I want a more tactile feel of a glove than my very thick Alpine Stars. So how would these hold up in a crash? Well, probably not amazingly well. you're going to be getting marginally better than a dirt bike glove if you're down on your palm, but you're going to be very comfortable, have you know, lots of nice wind in the summertime, hard plastic shell. So basically, if you crash on these, you just need to remember to twist your wrist over. But for a starter glove where you're not going to be on the interstate, you're going to be riding you know, lower speeds, maybe you don't have a lot of budget, get some protection, get something that's a dedicated motorcycle glove. And this is a great option. Amazon gloves, fake leather, no big deal, right? In the bag they go. All right, the Hawk HW2 or HWK Motorsports Apparel jacket. I got this about 5 years ago, and they have since updated it, and I bought one of the updated ones too that you'll see my dad riding in sometimes on those videos. This is the oldest one. It only got better from here, honestly. They put more, you have a hard rigid back pad. They only put more areas for it to contort and actually contour to your spine, which is better. On the front, they actually gave you protection up here now. It looks kind of like a fake six-pack abs. This one doesn't have it. So this is the bare bones model. The oldest one, I've used this for 5 years, and it is held up remarkably well. It is a okay jacket in the summertime. You don't get amazing airflow when you open these vents and take the winter liner out. It's still going to be hot at a stoplight at 100 degrees, but you're going to have some decent protection. You can zip pants, you can clip pants into it, you can do some interesting things with it. Phone pocket mount, several pockets on the front, right? Adjustments so you can reduce the amount of wind flapping you're getting out of your coat. And so overall, very good jacket. I've been really happy with it. I will say, as happens with a lot of jackets, this has ripped, so don't want to put anything too valuable in this pocket as it keeps ripping. But you know, minor wear and tear on the jacket. 5 years old. I would say 5 years out of a jacket, exceptional. Armored elbows, or armored elbows, let me point to the elbows. Armored shoulders, armored back piece, all removable. You got some padding down here. The material feels nice and thick, like it'll actually hold up in a crash for more than a split second, like disintegrating like a t-shirt would. You got high visibility Hawk stripes all over the place. You know, Hawk on the back is reflective, and they only gave you more reflective stuff on the newer ones. So the Hawk jacket, a fine Amazon find. Is it going to keep wind out like a really nice Dainese leather? No, but it does the trick. So in the backpack she goes. Now this is, we're pretty full, so gonna have to shove some things around. I've got this backpack pretty full, but I'm gonna zip up. There's one kind of angled zipper on it, and I could roll my jacket up onto this back area, clip it down under here if I just wanted to take it into like a store or something like that to prevent being robbed of it. Or I can open up this kind of hidden compartment here where now you can see I have a backpack in there. So not doing a crazy good job of organizing my stuff, just kind of throwing it in there and making the zipper go. But you can see a whole second backpack with lots of compartments, a motorcycle jacket, shoes, extra set of gloves, a toolkit, all that kind of stuff, and you still have room to clip something down under here. So that's what I mean by it being a gigantic backpack. So if you want something that can hold a ton of space, try out this one. Obviously it doesn't have the name brand stees of the Kriegas, the Alpine Stars, the Daineses, but if you're anything like me where you want something that's cheap and functional, especially for something like this, and you don't need the show-off factor of having a super nice one, then these can be good backpacks at a fraction of the cost. If you want to support the channel, click the link below to use an Amazon affiliate link to get one of these. And as always, thank you for watching. Hope you found this video useful. This backpack is like one of those Russian dolls where when you start unloading it, just more and more comes out and you can't believe it. It's like one of those clowns where the strings, right? They just keep pulling the handkerchiefs tied together. Unbelievable amount of things that fit in this.